Why did Ukraine allow Russia to invade them? Why is Zelensky a dictator? Does Ukraine even have nukes? Those are the top trending questions on Google, and let's answer them. And please do me a big favor, share this video, because from the Google data we're seeing, it turns out that a lot of people actually don't know the truth. First is, Ukraine did not allow Russia to invade them. They didn't start the war, as Donald Trump has said. Russia invaded Ukraine back in 2014 by annexing a few different territories, including Crimea. At that point, Obama was in office. There were agreements put in place that would stop Russia from invading further. Fast forward to 2022, and Russia did a full-scale invasion. That's why they call it a full-scale invasion, because before, it was just a regular invasion. It was like a smaller scale one. In between 2014 and 2022, a lot happened. There were ceasefires, a lot of ceasefires, and every single time it was Putin that actually went out and violated all of those ceasefires. In 2014, Ukraine saw an acting president, in which then later a then election took place in which Poroshenko took over. Poroshenko actually wound up losing the next election to Zelensky back in 2019. The presidential terms for a Ukrainian president is 5 years. You get 2 terms at a maximum. You have to be elected again for 5 terms each, meaning it could be a 10-year term. Since Ukraine became independent in 1991, there had been 7 Ukrainian presidents. Do you know how many Russia and Belarus have had? 1. That's right, Lukashenko for that entire time, and then who? Putin for the other time. So when Trump starts wielding that dictator name around, he actually means to say it towards Putin and Lukashenko, not Zelensky. It is actually Russian propaganda to say that Zelensky is a dictator. When it comes to nukes, Ukraine used to have actually the second largest concentration of nukes inside their country. But then the United States in the 90s went to Ukraine and said, hey, look, let's work out a deal here. You guys give up your nukes, which we actually gave to Russia in this deal, and we will protect you forever to make sure that Russia does not invade you. That obviously did not work in 2014 nor in 2022. And just one final point, Donald Trump likes to say that Ukraine started this war, or the fact that he could have prevented this war. It took Russia about 4 years to build up the infrastructure to do this war, which, believe it or not, was supposed to start in 2020. But then the pandemic happened. So yeah, under Donald Trump, the war was supposed to happen, and Russia was building up forces so that this war could happen. Please share this video and tag a friend. That way they understand the real history here instead of what Donald Trump is trying to tell you. Because unfortunately, and I don't know why, he's not telling you the truth.
It's bullshit. It is bullshit. Include us. They should include us.
6-10 years and we fight again.
A decision by Ukraine's president to come home rather than head to Saudi Arabia sends the clearest possible signal that he is not joking when he says Ukraine will never accept any peace talks involving Russia that do not have Ukraine's direct involvement. The decision came after top-level meetings between US and Russian officials in the Saudi capital earlier in the day, where after that meeting statements came out signaling a warming of ties between the two sides, a conviction that they're going to start negotiating discussions about ending the war. But for Ukraine, no Ukrainian officials were in that room, and now this country feels as though it is being sidelined in the talks that are taking place.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Talks about this country and its future, and it won't accept that.
Lavrov told that we don't attack energy structures in Ukraine. It is, excuse me for my language, it is bullshit. It is bullshit.
I feel nothing. As for me, I think it's just cold face of new war. 6-10 years and we fight again.
I have a feeling they forget about us and USA sell us, you know, and they keep us between this conflict, and they don't even invite us to this negotiation about them, and I think they should resolve this problem.
Shocking. It's appalling. As an American, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the soldiers that I just met in Munich fighting for their freedom in Ukraine against the Russian invasion. They knew who started this war. And it's not in America's national interest to have the President of the United States of America talk in this way. This weakens us, not just in Europe, around the world. Everybody is looking at the president thinking he's flipping sides, just like you said. My next book coming out in the fall is called Autocrats versus Democrats. And now I have to question, which side will the United States be on by the time it comes out in the fall? And I just want to be crystal clear. We can have opinions on whatever. President Trump says falsehoods all the time, but when it damages America's reputation in the world, this is a really serious matter. And I hope the people, I know there is no way that Secretary Rubio agrees with that analysis. There is no way that National Security Advisor Waltz agrees with that analysis. There is no way that the majority of senators, Republican senators and members of Congress agree with that analysis. Now is the time for them to speak up, because this could have catastrophic consequences for America's place in the world in the long term.